Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is David and in this video I'm going to explain to you how to play the game Faraway. This is quite an easy game because you're only going to play 8 cards in front of you, but the scoring we're going to do in reversed order. So you have to keep that in mind when playing your cards. Please let me show you how it's played. This game is for 2 to 6 players and it's all about these cards. These are the cards we're going to play in front of us. We're going to play 8 cards in front of us and then it's the end of the game. And at the start of the game, each player will get 3 of these cards. And you gotta keep them secret to the other players. And this will tell you some things. The number is important, the symbols are important, and of course the points you will get at the end of the game when playing this card. And this game is all about these symbols. There's stone, it must be somewhere. There's this stone symbol, there's this plant symbol, and there's this symbol. So if I play this card, at the end of the game I will score 3 points for each symbol of this one that is visible in my row of cards. Or 2 points for each of this symbol that is visible. And this one is simply 2 points, doesn't need anything. But there are also cards, like this one, that says this card will score you 3 points for each yellow and blue area that is visible. But you need to have 3 of these in order to get the score. This one over here says you get 3 points for each card that has the night symbol, and there's sun and moon, so day and night, but you can only score those points if at that moment all 3 symbols are visible in your area. And how to plan your cards will make more sense when we go to the scoring. Most probably you need 1 game to get used to how it works, and then the second game you're like, oh, now I'm gonna play it right. So at the start of the game, all players will get 3 cards and there will be an offer that will be equal to the number of players plus 1. So when playing a 2-player game, there will be 3 cards for offer. Then all players will pick 1 card to play from their hand. For instance, I will be playing this one. And you put it face down in front of you until all players have chosen their card, and then all simultaneously reveal our cards. And simply put this one most to the left. We're going to make a row of 8 cards and then it's the end of the game. Or you can choose to make 2 rows of 4 cards to keep it a little more compact. Once you've played a card, you are not allowed to change its location anymore. Then we're going to check for 2 things. If the card you played has a higher number than the card before, you get to draw a treasure card. These cards will give you points or extra symbols you can use to score for your cards that you're playing over here. But since this is the first card, no one will get a treasure card. And then you're gonna look who has the lowest number, because the player who played the lowest number has the first choice in choosing a card from the offer. Then it's the player who has the second lowest number, and so on and so on. So if I get to choose a card, I might pick this one. Another player might pick this one. And then we're done. The card that doesn't get chosen gets discarded, gets out of the game. And you'll refill the offer to the number of players plus 1. And we go to the second turn. So again, you're gonna choose 1 card from your hand. And for now, I'm gonna play this one. So I place it face down and then all refill together. I'll place this one. I didn't play a high number, so I'm not getting to draw a treasure card. And then again, we're gonna check who played the lowest number. And then I might wanna pick this card. So this one gets discarded. And we get 3 new cards. And now I'm gonna play this card. Don't mind my tactics, I'm just playing cards to show you the game. So in this case, the last card I played has a higher number than the card before. So I get to draw 1 treasure card at least. But you can draw 1 extra card for each treasure map symbol you have in front of you. So in this case I have 2 cards that has these symbols, so I get to draw 2 additional cards. I can only keep 1, no matter how many cards I may draw, I may only keep 1. And we'll see, this card will give me this symbol, and also it will be worth 1 point for each treasure symbol at the end of the game. This one counts as a blue card and will give me the pineapple symbol, and this one will simply be worth 5 points. So I'm thinking that might be a good idea to keep this one, and you'll keep this one face up in front of you, close to your area. And the ones you don't want get discarded or put on the bottom of the stack. And so play continues. You draw a card, the other player draws a card. Oop. This one gets discarded, we get new cards, and so on and so on. And for the length of this video, I'm gonna fast forward until all players have played 8 cards in front of them. Let's say, for example, after 8 turns, this is my area. Also, when playing your last card, you will check if the number is higher than the card before, so you get to draw treasure cards. And now we're gonna score, and now all the planning's gonna make sense. And to keep it more easy to check your scorings, you're suggested to place all your square cards face down, because we're gonna score them in reversed order. Your treasured cards you can keep up, and then it's simply each player or per player you're gonna check this card. This would be worth 3 points for each card with the knight symbol, but I need to have at least one of these symbols visible in order to score the card. The symbol is not over here and it's not over here, so this card will not score any points. It was pretty useless to play this card as the last one. But this is just to show you how the scoring goes. Then we're going to check this one. This one will score 2 points for each of these symbols. There's one on this card, and that's the only one visible, so I'll score 2 points for this card. I'm going to check this card. No points, only 2 symbols. Now I'm going to check this card. 3 points for each of these skull symbols. There's one over here, and there's one over here. So this one will score me 6 points. And it also gives me the stone symbol. Then we're going to check this card. I need 1 symbol of each. So you're going to check. I have the stone, I have the skull, and I have the pineapple thing. So this card is valid, and it will score me 3 points for each moon knight card. So 1, 2, 3. And sometimes these symbols can also be on the treasure cards. So 3 times 3, 9 points for this card. For this card we need 3 of these symbols. We don't have them, so we don't score any points for this card. For this card we need 3 of them. We'd have only 1, 2, so again no score. If we did score it, we score 3 points for each of the treasure map symbols. Would be nice. And the final card is simply worth 2 points for each of these symbols. And we have 1, 2, still only 2, so 2 times 2 is 4 points. Really bad score, but it's just to show you how the scoring goes and how you need to plan ahead. Because maybe if you have this card in your hand, it's worth 17 points, so you really want to try to place this one in front somewhere, so you have time to collect all those 4 symbols you need to collect to score this card. And that's why these treasure cards are very nice to have, because they will always give you something good. Maybe points or even the symbols you need. Because we really could have used these cards if you need to get to 4 of those symbols. But that's basically it, and that's all how to play a game of Faraway. You're gonna play your cards one by one, but we're gonna score them in reversed order. So if you're gonna play a card that needs requirements, you must make sure that the requirements are visible. At the moment this card will be flipped, so they need to be on the cards that are coming next. Because if this one would be over here, and there are 4 of these symbols on these cards, but not on these, they're useless, because at the moment that this card gets turned over, these cards are still not valid. And that is the fun of Faraway. Play one card, check if the card that you've played has a higher number than the one before, so you get to draw some treasure cards. The more treasure maps symbols you collect, the more treasure cards you can draw, but you still can only keep 1. Playing a lower number gives you more options in the market, because the lowest number gets to choose first, and also it makes it more easy to play a higher number next to that card, and you're just trying to get the symbols you need in order to score the most points. And if you want to try out this game, you can also play it for free on Board Game Arena. And that is Faraway for 2 to 6 players. If you have any questions about this game, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. My name is David, thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.